You ever notice how some folks just command respect the moment they walk into a room? It's like they've got this invisible force field around me, and everyone just naturally sits up a little straighter. Now, I'm not talking about the loud ones or the flashy types. Now, I'm talking about those quiet leaders, the ones who don't need to say a word to make their presence felt. Let me tell you something. That kind of respect, it ain't for sale. You can't buy it with a fancy car or a big house. You can't demand it with a loud voice or a fancy title. That kind of respect, my friends, is earned. And today, we're going to dive deep into how you can start earning it for yourself. Now, I want you to think back to someone in your life who you truly respected. Maybe it was a teacher, a coach, or a family member. What was it about them that made you look up to them so much? Was it their words, their achievements? Or was it something deeper? Something in the way they carried themselves and treated others? See, here's the thing about respect. It's like a mirror. The respect you get from others is a direct reflection of the respect you give to yourself and to those around you. It's not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about how you handle those mistakes, how you treat people when no one's watching, and how you show up in the world every single day. Let me share a little story with you. There was this young fellow working at a local diner. Nothing fancy, just your regular greasy spoon joint. But this kid, he took pride in every single thing he did. Whether he was flipping burgers or wiping down tables, he did it like he was serving royalty. Now, most folks wouldn't give a second thought to a job like that. But this kid, he earned the respect of every single person who walked through those doors. One day, a big shot businessman comes in. You know the type, expensive suit, always on the phone, barely looks up to place his order. But as he's sitting there, he starts to notice something. He sees how this young man treats every customer like they're the most important person in the world. He watches as the kid goes out of his way to help an elderly couple to their table. And slowly but surely, that businessman puts down his phone and really starts to pay attention. By the end of his meal, that businessman wasn't just impressed, he was inspired. He struck up a conversation with the young man, and you know what? That simple interaction led to an opportunity that changed the course of that young fella's life. Now, what's the lesson here? It's not about waiting for the right moment or the right job to start earning respect. It's about bringing your best self to every single moment, no matter how small or insignificant it might seem. But let's be real for a second. Earning respect ain't always easy. It takes work, dedication, and a whole lot of self-reflection. So I want you to ask yourself right now, how do you show up in the world? When you walk into a room, what energy do you bring with you? Are you the type to light up the place with your positivity? Or do you drag everyone down with your complaint? See, earning respect starts with respecting yourself. It's about setting standards for yourself and sticking to them, even when it's tough. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one's looking. Because let me tell you something, people notice. They might not say anything, but they notice. Think about it like this. Every single interaction you have, every decision you make, it's like you're making a deposit in your respect bank account. When you follow through on your commitments, that's a deposit. When you lend a helping hand without expecting anything in return, that's a deposit. When you own up to your mistakes and learn from them, that's a big old deposit. But here's the kicker. You can't just make deposits and expect the respect to come rolling in. No, it doesn't work like that. Earning respect is a lifelong journey. It's about consistency, about showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it. Let me ask you this. Have you ever met someone who talks a big game but never follows through? Maybe they're always making grand promises, but somehow always have an excuse when it's time to deliver. How much respect do you think that person commands? Not much, right? Now flip that around. Think about someone you know who always does what they say they're going to do. Someone who's reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. That person probably has your respect, don't they? And I bet you're not the only one who feels that way about them. See, earning respect is about building trust. It's about showing people through your actions that you're someone they can count on. And let me tell you, in a world where empty promises and hollow words are all too common, being a person of your word, that's like striking gold. But here's where it gets tricky. Earning respect isn't just about what you do. It's also about how you do it. It's about treating people with kindness and dignity, no matter who they are or what they can do for you. It's about listening here, really listening. When someone's talking to you, it's about showing empathy and understanding, even when you don't agree with someone. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about how you treat the people around you. Not just your friends and family, but everyone. The cashier at the grocery store, the janitor at your office, the stranger who holds the door open for you. How do you acknowledge them? Do you even see them? Because here's the truth. The way you treat people when you think it doesn't matter, that says everything about who you are as a person. And people pick up on that. They might not be able to put their finger on it, but they can sense when someone genuinely cares and when someone's just going through the motions. Let's talk about integrity for a second. Integrity is doing the right thing even when it costs you something. It's standing up for what you believe in, even when it's not popular. It's admitting when you're wrong and making amends, even when it's embarrassing. Integrity is like the foundation of a house. You can't see it, but it's holding everything up. And without it, well, sooner or later, the whole thing comes crashing down. I want you to think about a time when you compromised your integrity. Maybe you told a little white lie to get out of a commitment. Maybe you took credit for someone else's work. How did that make you feel? Did it sit right with you? Now think about a time when you stood firm in your integrity, even though it was hard. Maybe you owned up to a mistake that could have easily been covered up. Maybe you stood up for someone who was being treated unfairly. How did that feel? I bet it felt pretty darn good, didn't it? See, when you live with integrity, you're not just earning the respect of others. You're earning your own self-respect. And let me tell you, that's the most important kind of respect there is. Because at the end of the day, you've got to live with yourself. You've got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and like what you see. Now, let's talk about something that a lot of folks get wrong when it comes to earning respect. They think it's all about being tough, about never showing weakness. But let me tell you something. True strength isn't about never falling down. It's about how you pick yourself back up when you do. Being vulnerable, admitting when you don't have all the answers, asking for help when you need it, that takes real courage. And people respect that. They respect someone who's real, who's authentic, who's not afraid to show their human side. Think about it. Have you ever had a boss or a leader who pretended to know everything? Who never admitted when they were wrong? How did that make you feel? Probably not too great, right? Now, think about a leader who was open about their challenges, who asked for input, who admitted when they made a mistake. That's someone you can trust, someone you can respect. Here's another thing about earning respect. It's not a one-time deal. You don't just earn it and then you're set for life. Nah, it's something you've got to keep earning day in and day out. It's like tending a garden. You can't just plant the seeds and walk away. You've got to water it, weed it, nurture it every single day. And sometimes you're going to mess up. You're going to say the wrong thing, make the wrong decision, let someone down. It happens to all of us. But here's where the rubber meets the road. It's not about never making mistakes. It's about how you handle those mistakes when they happen. Do you try to cover it up? Blame someone else? Or do you own it, learn from it, and do better next time? Because let me tell you, there's nothing that earns respect faster than someone who can admit when they're wrong and genuinely try to make it right. Now, I want you to think about your own life. Where are the areas where you could be earning more respect? Maybe it's in your relationships. Are you really listening to your loved ones, or are you just waiting for your turn to talk? Maybe it's at work. Are you going above and beyond, or are you just doing the bare minimum to get by? Or maybe it's in how you treat yourself. Are you respecting your own time, your own boundaries, your own dreams? Because here's the thing. If you don't respect yourself, how can you expect others to respect you? I want you to make a commitment right now. A commitment to start earning respect in every area of your life. And I'm not talking about some vague, wishy-washy promise. I'm talking about specific, actionable steps you can take starting today. Maybe it's as simple as showing up on time every time. Maybe it's about following through on your commitments, no matter how small. Maybe it's about speaking up when you see something that's not right, even if your voice shakes a little. Whatever it is, I want you to start small. Because here's the secret. Earning respect isn't about grand gestures or big moments. It's about the little things you do every day. It's about the habits you form, the choices you make when no one's watching. And let me tell you, it ain't always going to be easy. There are going to be days when you don't feel like putting in the effort. Days when it seems like no one notices or cares. But I promise you, if you stay consistent, if you keep showing up and doing the right thing day after day, people will notice. They'll start to see you differently. They'll start to respect you. But here's the thing. You can't do it for the recognition. You can't do it because you're hoping someone will pat you on the back or give you a gold star. You've got to do it because it's the right thing to do. Because it aligns with your values, with the person you want to be. And that's where the real magic happens. Because when you start living your life with integrity, when you start treating others and yourself with respect, something amazing starts to happen. You start to feel different. You start to carry yourself differently. You start to see yourself in a whole new light. And that, my friends, is when the respect starts pouring in. Not because you demanded it, not because you manipulated people into giving it to you, but because you earned it. Because you became the kind of person that commands respect just by being who you are. Now, I want to talk about something that might be a little uncomfortable. It's about the people you surround yourself with. Because here's the truth. You can't earn respect if you're surrounded by people who don't value it. You can't grow if you're in an environment that keeps pulling you down. Take a good, hard look at the people in your life. Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? Are they pushing you to be better, or are they enabling your worst habits? Because let me tell you, you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose wisely. And if you look around and realize that you're not surrounded by people who inspire you, who challenge you, who respect you, well, it might be time to make some changes. And I know that's not easy. Letting go of relationships, even when they're not serving you, it's tough. But sometimes it's necessary for your growth. But here's the beautiful thing. When you start living a life worthy of respect, when you start embodying those values we've been talking about, you naturally start attracting people who are on the same wavelength. People who will respect you, support you, and challenge you to be even better. Now, let's talk about something that trips a lot of people up when it comes to earning respect. It's the fear of saying no. See, a lot of folks think that to be respected, they've got to say yes to everything. They've got to be all things to all people. But let me tell you, that's a one-way ticket to burnout and resentment. Earning respect isn't about being a people pleaser. It's about having strong boundaries and sticking to them. It's about knowing your values and not compromising them even when it's uncomfortable. It's about being able to say no to the good so you can say yes to the great. Think about someone you really respect. I bet they're not the type to say yes to every request, to bend over backwards to please everyone. No, I bet they're the type who knows their worth, who values their time and energy, and who isn't afraid to say no when something doesn't align with their priorities. I want you to practice saying no. Start small if you need to. Maybe it's saying no to that extra project at work when you're already swamped. Maybe it's saying no to that social obligation that you always dread. Whatever it is, start flexing that no muscle. Because every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to your own growth and self-respect. Now let's talk about something that's absolutely crucial when it comes to earning respect. And that's respect for diversity. We live in a big, beautiful, diverse world. And if you want to earn respect, you've got to be able to respect and appreciate people from all walks of life. This isn't just about tolerating differences. It's about truly valuing them. It's about recognizing that someone's different perspective, different background, different experiences They're not just valid, they're valuable. They can teach you something, help you grow, make you see the world in a whole new way. So I want you to challenge yourself. Step outside your comfort zone. Engage with people who are different from you. Listen to their stories. Try to understand their perspectives. You don't have to agree with everything, but you do have to respect it. Because let me tell you, there's nothing that earns respect faster than someone who can appreciate and value diversity. Now, we talked a lot about how to earn respect from others. But I want to circle back to something I mentioned earlier, because it's so important, and that's self-respect. Because here's the truth. You can't expect others to respect you if you don't respect yourself. Self-respect isn't about being arrogant or thinking you're better than everyone else. It's about knowing your worth. It's about treating yourself with kindness and compassion. It's about setting healthy boundaries and sticking to them. It's about taking care of your physical and mental health. It's about pursuing your dreams and not settling for less than you deserve. So I want you to take a moment right now and ask yourself, how's your self-respect doing? Are you treating yourself with the same kindness and respect that you show to others? Are you honoring your own needs and boundaries? Are you pursuing the things that light you up inside, or are you settling for a life that's less than what you really want? Because here's the thing, when you start respecting yourself, when you start treating yourself like someone worthy of respect, the world takes notice. People can sense it. They can feel it in the way you carry yourself, in the way you speak, in the way you interact with others. And that self-respect, it becomes like a magnet for the respect of others. Because when you respect yourself, you naturally start to command respect from those around you. Not because you're demanding it, but because you're embodying it. Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground here today. We've talked about integrity, about consistency, about vulnerability and strength. We've talked about respecting others and respecting yourself, and I know it might feel overwhelming. You might be sitting there thinking, where do I even start? Well, let me tell you, you start right here, right now. You start with one small step. Maybe it's following through on a commitment you made to yourself. Maybe it's having that difficult conversation you've been putting off. Maybe it's standing up for someone who needs an ally. Whatever it is, just take that first step. Because earning respect isn't about making some grand, sweeping change overnight. It's about the small choices you make every single day. It's about consistently showing up as your best self, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching. And here's the beautiful thing. As you start to make these changes, as you start to live a life worthy of respect, you're not just changing yourself, you're changing the world around you. Because respect, it's contagious. When you start treating others with respect, they're more likely to pass it on. When you start living with integrity, you inspire others to do the same. You become a beacon of what's possible. You show others that there's a different way to live, a different way to lead, a different way to interact with the world. And bit by bit, person by person, you start to create ripples of change that extend far beyond yourself. So I want you to leave here today with a fire in your belly and a determination in your heart. I want you to commit to earning respect in every area of your life, not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Remember, the best way to get respect is to earn it. It's not about demanding it or expecting it. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally commands respect through your actions, your integrity, and your character. It's about showing up every day, doing the right thing even when it's hard, treating others with kindness and dignity, and never stopping in your pursuit of growth and self-improvement. It's about being reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. It's about keeping your word even when it costs you something. It's about standing up for what's right, even when you stand alone. It's about respecting yourself enough to set healthy boundaries, to pursue your dreams, and to never settle for less than you deserve. And it's about respecting others, truly valuing their perspectives. This journey of earning respect, it's not always going to be easy. There will be days when you stumble, when you fall short of your own expectations, but that's okay, because earning respect isn't about being perfect. It's about how you handle those imperfections, how you learn from your mistakes, and how you keep moving forward. So I challenge you, starting today, make a commitment to live a life worthy of respect. Make a commitment to be the kind of person who lights up a room with their integrity, their kindness, and their strength of character. Because when you do that, when you truly embody these principles we've talked about today, you won't have to ask for respect. You won't have to demand it. It will naturally flow to you because you've earned it. And let me tell you, there's no greater feeling in the world than knowing that you've earned the genuine respect of others, not through manipulation or force, but through the strength of your character and the quality of your actions. So go out there and earn that respect, not just for yourself, but for all the lives you'll touch along the way. Because when you earn respect, you don't just change your own life, you change the world around you. You've got this. Now go out there and show the world what you're made of. Show them what true respect looks like. Be the change you want to see in the world. And remember, it all starts with you right here, right now. The journey of earning respect is a lifelong one, but it's the most rewarding journey you'll ever take. So take that first step and then another and another. Before you know it, you'll be walking tall, commanding respect not because you demand it, but because you've earned it through every choice, every action, every moment of your life. The power is in your hands. The time is now. Go earn that respect, not just for yourself, but for all those who will be inspired by your example. Because when you truly earn respect, you light the way for others to do the same. And that, my friends, is how we change the world. One respectful action, one integrity-filled choice at a time. So let's make that commitment together. Let's commit to living lives worthy of respect. Let's commit to being the kind of people who inspire others, who lift others up, who make the world a little bit better just by being in it. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about leaving this world a little better than we found it. It's about touching lives, inspiring change, and setting an example that others can follow. And it all starts with earning respect, real, genuine, hard-earned respect. So go out there and earn it. Show the world what you're made of. Be the person you were meant to be. Because when you do that, when you live a life worthy of respect, you don't just change your own life. You change the world. The journey starts now. The first step is yours to take. So take it with confidence, with determination, and with the knowledge that you have everything it takes to earn the respect you deserve. The world is waiting for you to show up, to stand tall, to be the beacon of respect and integrity that others can look up to. You've got this. Now go out there and make it happen. Earn that respect and watch as it transforms not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. The ripple effect of your actions starts now. Make it count. Remember, earning respect isn't a destination. It's a journey. It's something you've got to recommit to every single day. There'll be times when it feels like an uphill battle, when it seems like no one notices or cares. But I promise you, if you stay the course, if you keep showing up as your best self day after day, people will take notice. Think about the legacy you want to leave behind. When all's said and done, how do you want to be remembered? As someone who just went through the motions, who did the bare minimum to get by, or as someone who lived with purpose, with integrity, who made a real difference in the lives of others? Because here's the thing, the respect you earn, it doesn't just benefit you. It creates a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. When you live a life worthy of respect, you inspire others to do the same. You raise the bar for what's possible. You show people that there's a better way to live, to work, to interact with the world. Think about the people in your life. Your family, your friends, your co-workers. How would their lives be different if you consistently showed up as your best self? If you always did what you said you were going to do? If you treated everyone with kindness and respect, no matter who they were or what they could do for you? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. There'll be days when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when it feels like it would be easier to just take the easy way out. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments when you've got to dig deep and remember why you started this journey in the first place. Because earning respect isn't just about how others see you are. It's about how you see yourself. It's about being able to look in the mirror at the end of each day and know that you gave it your all, that you did the right thing, even when it was hard, that you stayed true to your values, even when it cost you something. And let me tell you, there's no greater feeling in the world than that sense of self-respect. It's like a wellspring of strength that you can draw from no matter what life throws your way. So I want you to make a promise to yourself right now. A promise that from this day forward, you're going to live a life worthy of respect. That you're going to show up as your best self, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. That you're going to treat others with kindness and dignity, even when they don't return the favor. That you're going to keep your word, even when it would be easier to break it. Because when you make that commitment, when you truly dedicate yourself to earning respect in every area of your life, something amazing happens. You start to attract people who share your values. You start to create opportunities that you never thought possible. You start to build a life that's rich with meaning and purpose. And isn't that what we're all searching for? A life that matters? A life that makes a difference? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's possible. It's within your reach. All it takes is the courage to make that commitment and the persistence to see it through. So go out there and earn that respect, not just for yourself, but for all the lives you'll touch along the way. Be the change you want to see in the world. Set the example that others can follow. Because when you do that, when you truly embody what it means to live a life worthy of respect, you don't just change your own life. You change the world. The power's in your hands. The time is now. Go out there and make it happen. Earn that respect and watch as it transforms not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. The journey starts now, and I can't wait to see where it takes you.